So I'm walking to get Bria from dance class, looking around at all the flowers. Actually, you know what? I think I got time for a story. So I've told this story before, but I have a lot of new followers. Hi. And I'm going to tell you about, how far are you willing to go to make a customer happy? So I used to run a restaurant, and in running this restaurant, we wanted to make everyone happy. Had a thing that we talked about called Care and Counsel, about going above and beyond. But as much as you try and you try, you can't always make everyone happy, and it's not always a great experience. So what do? So one day, I took a Saturday off, and I went to a wedding of a girl who used to work at our restaurant, and I took the day off. And the wedding was beautiful, and I had a great time, and I went back into work Sunday, feeling great, checked my emails, and not good. The first email I checked was someone saying they're sitting on our patio right now, which was yesterday, having a terrible experience, and it's awful. The next email was from TripAdvisor, and it was the same people just destroying us. So I was like, uh-oh, great. So I was there alone in the morning checking my emails. I didn't have any other staff around to ask what happened. So anyways, I looked and I saw that they were from the other side of the country, British Columbia. I looked down the contact, and there's a website, and it goes to one, and it looks like they run 10 or 11 sporting goods stores in Western Canada. So I actually looked at the phone number, and I called it to get a hold of them, and their assistant answered the phone. And I explained the situation, how they had a bad experience, and I'd like to talk to them and make it better. And she's like, well, they're actually driving on a motorcycle across Canada. So they're no longer in Halifax. They want to drive back to BC, but right now they're on their way to Quebec. So I explained the situation, how we don't like to leave people unhappy. I said, is there any way that I could, get a hold of them? She goes, well, they're going to be in Quebec. And I don't think I mentioned this, but it's a couple, and they're going to be at 6 o'clock tonight around. They're going to be at the man's sister's place in Quebec City. And she said, do you want her phone number? I said, you know what? I don't really want to bother them. They're already really upset with us, but maybe if I could have the address so I could send a note or something. So she gave me the address, and I'm like, what can I do? Oh, I should send them flowers. These aren't really flowers. So I plugged the address into Google, and I found a flower shop right around the corner, and I sent them flowers there for 6 o'clock. And then with the flowers, there was a note that said, it was a poem that said something like, you left us with a frown, hopefully this will turn it upside down. And then I waited. And I waited. And I waited. And it was actually only about 20 minutes after I knew they were delivered, I got an email from them saying how blown away they were that we would do this, but also that the flowers showed up at just the right time, that they were having a very emotional moment, touching moment with their sister, and then knock on the door and flowers were delivered. So we made them happy, but will they ever come back? Probably not. They're probably not coming back to Halifax, but you never know, they may. But the way the world works today, I'm talking to you right now. You're not in Halifax. Some of you in the UK, some of you are in the States, some of you in Australia. And some of you are going to be making a trip to the Maritimes one day, and you'll remember a story, or someone will say, you got to check this place out because they care. And when it comes to service, no matter what you're involved in, restaurants or whatever service or whatever business you're in, don't leave any stone unturned. Make people happy. Leave them with a fantastic memory. Now, I'm time to pick up Bria. Batgirl. Come here, Batgirl. See every road